Check one, check two, live. We're live like never before. Kick it. Yeah. We're rolling. We're rolling like no tomorrow. Yeah, man. Interesting. Name of the band is Telehealth. Remind me a little like Talking Heads. Or Devo. Devo. I hear Devo in there. Someone was listening to Devo. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the program. Marcus Conte reporting. How are you? How's everybody doing today? How you doing? Talking about Hamas. Talking about Israel. Talking about the war. The laws of war, as Joe Biden said. There's laws of war. There's laws. Different. There's check rules. One, check two, live. We're live like never before. Kick it. There's rules, as I was saying to myself, rules of law, according to Joe Biden. There are laws of war. In other words, there's a certain way that you can starve people. There's a certain way that you can kill people. There's a certain way, a legal way, that you can come in and steal their land. You can, kill them legally. Right, and then there's other ways that are considered unlawful. So we're going to continue to explore that because right now in Gaza, a place of roughly 500,000 people, they're being fucking starved right now by Israel. Right, 500,000 people. Now Hamas, the 1,000 radicals, whatever, the established government that bombed Israel. Everybody in Gaza now, the 5 million people, 5 million people in Gaza are now being starved. Their water is being cut off, and what else? There's nothing. They get nothing. No water, no food, no power. Power. They shut off the power. So Israel is in the process of choking out 5 million people, right? Where is the law of war now, Joe Biden? Hey, Joe, aren't there laws of war? You're not supposed to starve out 5 million people who had absolutely nothing to do with the actual attack. Theoretical, hypothetical, possibly, are the people of Gaza connected to Hamas? Yes, but in the same way, the Americans are connected to the United States government. Right? If the United States government does a fuck up, right, you don't starve out the people, right, until you get what you want. Right? So Israel is holding out for the hostage release. They're saying no food, water, or power will flow into Gaza until you give us back our hostages, right? We're going to punish all of you. Forget about some of you. We're going to punish everybody for this. So that's what we're talking about. Kenzora says there's 1 million children in Gaza. I don't know. Is it the population is 5 million? How many of them are children? 1/5. I guess that's right. Yeah, there's a lot of kids, a lot of old people, a lot of Arabs, a lot of Muslims, right? No Jews, fewer Jews. Right? So anyway, this is my thumbnail today. Whose side are you on, Hamas or Israel? You got to be on somebody's side today because I got to tell you, based on the already spin, if you're on the side of Gaza in any way, if you say the Palestinian people have a right to be, have a right to statehood, are justified in attacking their enemy, then you would be extremely vilified, fired, prosecuted maybe in America for saying such things. And we're going to look at the stories that are breaking, right? Be careful what you wish for. Free speech is free, but you pay for it. You could speak whatever you want, but you're going to pay for it. That's now free speech in America. Say whatever you want, but you're going to pay for it. You're not going to have a job. We'll take away your food, your water, and your power. Right? We'll take away your power if you don't agree with us. Right? Same thing happening over there. It's happening over here, sort of. Right? So we're victims of war as well. Marcus Conte, that's my name. This is my website. Every morning, 9 a.m., philosophical, educational, no politics here. We don't talk about politics. We talk about the world philosophically and educationally as it affects us directly, right? Our direct experience with the world outside. That's what you're getting here. Right? Can never be construed as left or right. That's what I'm trying to say. Every morning, 9 a.m., Monday through Thursday. Today's the last day of the week for me, 4-day week. We're also going to flash to the markets because the infamous CPI number just came out, and it looks like it missed Wall Street expectation just a little bit, and not by much. CPI means basically it measures the level of inflation in America. A tick higher in CPI, Consumer Price Index, indicates that inflation is increasing. And from August to September, the number that came out 8:30 this morning is slightly higher than expected, although it came down, inflation. Inflation was 0.06 in August. It's 0.04 now. Right? Well, that was the rate of growth. Right? So it's ticking down. But Wall Street expected it to tick down a little more. So we'll see how that affects the market. It looks like it's holding right now. Everything is up. Even the futures are up. Futures are up. They were up higher, but they're up still. Dow Jones Industrial Average futures up 67. NASDAQ up 18. That was higher. So we'll watch that exciting number as well. So here it is. Here's the headline. Whose side are you on, boy? Which side are you on, boy? Which side are you on? Israel refuses to restore power to Gaza until all hostages are freed, says every Hamas terrorist is a dead man. So Israel has vowed to cut off the power and the water and the food supply into Gaza until all hostages are freed and all Hamas terrorists are dead. All right, so those are the conditions there. The bombs are going to keep going off. What about the million kids that are there? What about that they didn't sign up for it? All right. Netanyahu's on TV right now telling you how bloody and how vicious the Hamas team is. And meanwhile, now he's prepared to, because Hamas hit him, he's prepared to kill, right? People die, right? Don't kid yourself. When you cut off the power and the food and the water, you kill people. People require food and water and today power. So Netanyahu is doing the same exact thing as Palestine is doing, because these are the laws of war, as Joe Biden has told us. There's laws of war. See, Israel is following the law, and Palestine, they're a bunch of fucking animals. That's the American perspective. Israel is refusing to restore power or allow water and fuel into the Gaza Strip until all of its hostages are freed. Hey, why don't you cut off the power to the West Bank? Oh, there's too many Jews living there. You can't do that. Cut off the food in the West Bank part of Israel and see what happens, right? All the Hasids will leave. All the Brooklyn, New York, and California Jews, the Zionists, will get up and leave because there's no water and food and power in the West Bank. All right, but they're not doing that. They're keeping that running, and they're shutting down the West Bank. All right, going to kill 5 million people. All right. Israel is refusing to restore power. Netanyahu said that every terrorist will soon be a dead man. The firm stance Wednesday came as Israel army is expected to launch a ground strike. Oh boy, here we go. Foot soldiers, boots on the ground, Israeli boots on the ground in Gaza. Pow, 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 bang, bang, bang. Raytheon stock going up. Buy more guns, shoot the dirty Palestinians because they're fucking hungry and starving and no water and no power. Look at them running around. Shoot them. They're terrorists. Humanitarian aid to Gaza? The firm stance Wednesday came as Israeli army is expected to launch a ground strike within the coming days. They're tallying 1,200 dead already. I think the number is probably triple that already. They're not accounting for how many people in Gaza Israel killed. Remember, Israel is throwing bombs and blowing up buildings in the middle of a fucking city. 800, they said 800 attacks on the first day, right? So they're killing a lot of people. That number 1,200 is far higher. That's what we do here. We keep score. We're keeping the war score. That's what it is. War score. The war score in 7 years ago. War score, fucking 5,000 people dead already. Humanitarian aid to Gaza, says the minister. Are you kidding me? No electric switch will be turned. This is the Minister of Energy of Israel saying this. Listen to this. No electricity will be switched on. No water hydrant will be open, and no fuel truck will enter until Israeli abductees are returned home. Israel Minister of Energy and Infrastructure, Mr. Katz, Israel Katz, says, a Jew. As of Thursday, Hamas has taken 150 people captive. There's the bargaining chip right there. Hamas has 150 hostages, declared hostages. And there's women, there's kids, threatened to chop off their heads in public if you keep fucking with us. Stay out of Gaza. Right? So they're using women and children as a bulletproof vest. Now, you may frown on that, but their lives are in danger. Stop. Turn on the power. Let the water flow. Give them food. The people. You're killing the people, so they're going to kill your people. You're threatening their people with death. You come to their steps, right, and threaten their people with death and bombs and no food and no power, right? So what do? They say, well, we got 100 hostages and we'll kill them if you continue to kill us. And the killing continues. Right? Humanitarian, Katz says. I'm just looking for the law here. What is the law of war, as Joe Biden told the American people? It's different. It's different. There's wars of law. You can't kill kids. Well, Netanyahu is doing exactly that. Let's listen to him in his own words. Here's Netanyahu in English with Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of State of the United States. You see the flags are all embraced. You've got Israel. You've got the United States. Where's Palestine? Where's the Palestinian flag? No representation at all. None. They are fucking animals.
Mr. Secretary, your visit is another tangible example of America's unequivocal support for Israel. Mm-hmm. Hamas has shown itself to be an enemy of civilization. The massacring of young people in an outdoor music festival, the butchering of entire families, the murder of parents in front of their children, and the murder of children in front of their parents.
All horrific events, no doubt about it. All horrific events. But what are you going to do now? What happens next is very important, They kill 1,000 people. And what do? You turn around and kill 10,000, 1,000,000 people. And you want to cry about justice? Why don't you limit the casualties and period? Just limit the casualties for now.
The burning of people alive, the beheadings, the kidnappings of a young boy, not only kidnapped, molested, hurt, attacked, and the sickening display of celebrating these horrors, the celebration and glorification of evil. President Biden was absolutely correct in calling this sheer evil. Hamas is ISIS, and just as ISIS was crushed, so too will Hamas be crushed.
So there you go. This is all out war. This is kill them. Kill them. Israel feels like it's being killed. So it's a bloody war right to the finish. There is Netanyahu telling you that they are ISIS. We will treat them as ISIS. They are terrorism. They are terrorists. We have a terrorist next door. They will never, ever, ever be part of this wonderful place we call Israel. Kill them.
And
Kill
Hamas should be treated exactly the way ISIS was treated. They should be spit out from the community of nations. No leader should meet them. No country should harbor them. And those that do should be sanctioned.
Starve them out. You're already doing that, Netanyahu. How much more can you sanction fucking Gaza? You cut off the water, you cut off the power, and you're not letting food into the country. It's just a matter of time before people run out of food and water. You've got, I don't know, maybe a week to go. Right? If Israel keeps this up, you got about a week to go. And people are going to be fucking starving. You think it's violent now?
Tony, my friend.
Netanyahu and Israel are setting up the biggest catastrophe, the biggest starvation of a prison in the history of humanity. Right? 8 million Jews died. Now they're going to kill 5 million Palestinians. Funny how history repeats itself, right? That's what it sounds like.
I say to you, I say to all of us, there will be many difficult days ahead. But I have no doubt that the forces of civilization will win. And the reason that's true is because we understand what is the first prerequisite of victory. It's what you just said in our meeting. Moral clarity.
Moral clarity. Moral clarity. That's like the laws of war, right? There's moral clarity, right? We're morally clear, and you, on the other side of that fence, are a fucking animal that deserves to be shot. And that's how the Palestinian people have been treated for 50 years. So this is just another barking from one side of the fence. And a retention from the other side, right? This is ongoing. Right?
This is a time, a particular time, a special time, that we must stand tall, proud, and united against evil. Tony, you are taking that stand. America is taking that stand. Thank you for being here today. Thank you, America, for standing with Israel today, tomorrow, and always.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let's watch the handshake. Watch the handshake. No clapping. No clapping. Yes. There we go. So there it is. Where's Palestine? Palestinians are not allowed at the negotiating table. This is what's going to happen to you. You did this. Forget about what they did to you before that. We don't care. I know they built a wall around your fucking, town. You're only allowed to go if you're only allowed to come and go if an Israeli soldier tells you so. Your income is a fraction of what the Israeli people make. You can't go to Israel and work into Tel Aviv, for example, because you're a terrorist and a fucking animal. You really don't have any future, right? The future of you is for us to annihilate you and kill your kids so you don't keep having kids. Right? That's how I perceive it. So what else? Let me go back to the stock market because, hey man, let's go. Ding, we're open. Ding, we're open. Ding, we're open. Are we open? What time is it? Oh, it's only 22. All right. It's only 9:22. NASDAQ is coming. It looks like the NASDAQ's going to be flat. All right. So the the Wall Street is not getting crushed right now, and we'll look at the military-industrial complex stocks as well. So you just heard from Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel. He's telling you what they're going to do. You see how the Americans are backing it. No food, water, no power. We're going to cut you off. We're chopping you off. 5 million people. We're willing to let you die for what you did to us. All right, so murder is begetting murder. And right here at home, look at this. A dozen CEOs back Bill Ackman, a Jew, his call to not hire Harvard students who blame Israel for Hamas. Okay, so Harvard, if they are harboring any students who blame Israel for Hamas attack, then you're not going to get a job with us. Right? You see how already freedom of speech. I support Palestine because they were there first, and their people have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, just like everybody else. Israel came second, and they have a right to be here too. We welcome them, but not to kick us out. We welcome them not over ourselves, but with ourselves. Right? So, but right here in America, Harvard. If you went to Harvard and you have a pro-Palestinian opinion, you're not going to get work. Bill Ackman says, "Fuck you. We're not going to hire you." At least a dozen business executives have endorsed Bill Ackman's call to deny hiring members of student groups at Harvard who sign on to a letter blaming Israel for Hamas' deadly attack. Now, there is no, direct correlation. Did Israel directly cause the deadly attack of Hamas? Yeah, well, the causes and conditions are set. It's like saying on 9/11, and people don't like to hear this, but did the American government at the time in the 90s cause the 9/11 attacks to occur? Well, yes, the conditions were set where these people over there in the Middle East were complaining relentlessly about your actions and the profiteering on Wall Street. And they decided to blow up your fucking buildings. Right? So does one have is one a cause of the other? In a loose way, of course. All right, but you're not allowed to talk about that. At least if you go to Harvard. Where else? NYU law student group moves to oust president who cheered Hamas attack. Wow. So New York University Law School, a school of law, where they teach law, on Wednesday moved to oust its president, who had penned a controversial pro-Hamas column in the school newspaper. So we're moving into dualism, of course. You're either on this side or you're on that side. Now, the popular, if you're an American right now and you want to go again, if you want to go with the flow, with the stream of consciousness in America, however evil it might be, just say, oh yeah, Israel, we love Israel. Take out a giant Star of David and walk around the halls of your college or your workplace, and you'll be fine. Right? I support Israel, right? I support Palestine. No, you don't. They just killed Jew. They killed a Jew. How dare you get this jerk off out of here? So the safe side in America, not the side of morality or the side of logic, but the safe side right now is with the powerful Jewish state of Israel pummeling Gaza for the act of terror that just happened, right? And excluding all the other ones, right? To say that in any way Hamas has a right to be right now is incredibly unpopular, incredibly can cost you your job. Right? The SBA board moved to remove Workman. This is, I guess, Workman, Miss Workman, who identified as a non-binary as if we need to know her sex, as president, a process that will require 2 hearings later this month. So people getting fired, that's the point, right? You're not going to get hired, and over here, you're going to get fired. Now, also in New York, NYPD ordered all cops to report in uniform after Hamas chief calls for global protest. So Hamas, the group that organized this hit against Israel, is calling for global protest, meaning they protest with blowing people up. All right, so NYPD was ordered all cops to report in uniform. There's a lot of NYPD. There's probably like 40,000 cops. And maybe 2/3 of them are uniformed cops. The other third is ununiformed. So you're going to have a lot of uniformed police roaming around the streets of New York. You're going to go to Times Square and there's going to be more cops with guns than fucking people. So there they are suiting up. He used to be a plainclothes drug guy. Now he's guarding the streets of America from dirty Palestinians. And 2 more minutes and we're open. That's really all I got today. NASDAQ pulling back slightly. NASDAQ futures down slightly. It looks like let's look at the whole thing. Let's look at the whole picture. All right. Or we'll wait. Let's just wait 1 minute. So the number that is rocking the market right now, we'll see when it opens, was this consumer price index. And the consumer price index for August was 0.6%. Right? And before that, in September, it was 0.4%. I think I said 0.04, but earlier. But 0.6 in August, and now we're down to 0.4. So that's a decrease, right? But the number that they thought that this number, all item index increase of 3.7%. They were looking for 3.6. So it's not really a big deal. It looks like inflation is stagnant right now, about the same. It's not ticking up, but it's not ticking down as fast as they want it to. All right, and there's the chart. You can see how CPI ticked up hugely in August, but then it ticked down in September. So I perceive that as a positive. Maybe not as positive as Wall Street would like to see it. And we're open. Wow. So are we open? I don't know. Oh, yeah, we're open. There we go. So Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 49. NASDAQ down 13, up 13. There we go. So we're all green. We're all green in spite of the CPI number missing. NVIDIA flat right now. Google flat. Apple up 27 cents. Amazon 62 cents. Meta down 80 cents. Tesla up 50 cents. How's the military industrial complex stock doing? We're watching Lockheed Martin up a buck. The 347, we're going up. Raytheon going up, green. Boeing, military industrial complex stocks, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, and Boeing down a buck. Holy vaccine stocks all down this morning. So that was the big news. Inflation holds steady in September. They were looking for a tick down, and they didn't get it. So, but it's stable. The market is holding. Dow up Dow is up on the news. NASDAQ is up on the news. We go higher from here. We go higher. It held. The big CPI news didn't rock the boat, man. So there you go. There you go. That's all I got today. Short show. I'm watching the war like everybody else, right? You got to pick a side. I don't know. I'm on the side of humanitarian. I'm on the side of please stop the killing. Stop killing people, right? Yes, they kill 1,000 people. It's bad. It's really bad. But you don't bloody up the scene by killing more of them using your law of war. Your law of war. We're going to starve them, says the Jew. We're going to starve them. We will cut off their power. We will cut off their fucking children. Right? No power, no food, no water. Marcus Conte reporting.